Now, the problem in Kenya, and I'm sorry to say this, I don't know if my father, Francis Atwoli, will be listening, because sometimes he really reprimands me for some of the words I use. But in
the tackle, we say the truth. We tackle the truth. We don't fear. Atwoli can come here and disagree with you.
If he does, just call me. I will defend you.
Atwoli will come for me in my village. I come with him from the
I will defend you.
So I was saying, the voice of people like teachers, even doctors, and we have seen the doctors come out strongly with a good voice. And if you've not, and I'll give a difference as I go along, the thing with the labor movement, the moment politics comes into a labor union, when you start hearing a labor leader like, say, Francis Atwoli talk about BBI every time, BBI. When you hear my brother Wilson Arap Sossion every time hosting people in his home, and he doesn't talk about teachers' welfare, but he talks about BBI. He buys acres of space in the newspaper to say BBI, but says nothing about the teacher who's dying on the ground. Then you know the labor movement has been compromised. That is where the problem in Kenya is, Mr. Bitok. You know, me, I'm a hard tackler. And don't allow me to be coming to your show, because I'm too hard.
I need those tacklers.
Yes. When we have people like Wilson Arap Sossion, when you see him play politics, when you see him, he sings BBI, then you see him in parliament saying one or two things, then he comes back and says, oh, I'm a teacher. No, he's playing politics. There is no labor. There is nothing labor. That is why somebody can be sacked from Kenya Airways, who has just taken a video clip of a Chinese, a plane coming in full of Chinese, and bring in, let me use the word, even bring in some things like corona, and that guy is sacked. But the labor world is quiet. You see my father, Francis Atwoli, silent on such an issue. Then you know labor has been bought by politics. And that is where the problem that teachers are going to have in this country. When you saw people like Arap Sossion being nominated into parliament with a political party, he goes there to represent not workers, because workers will belong to all political parties. But when he goes now to parliament and is nominated by a political party, he must sing Baba, 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 Baba. What Baba says, he becomes a cow. He's no longer the labor leader that you expected him to be.
And what happened to the labor movement from the days of Tomboya?
It died. Hunger, nja. Kenyans, what were nja?
I have a question.
They could not sustain a labor movement that needs sacrifice. A labor movement is something like socialism. It's about bringing people together. It's about solidarity. But in Kenya, people are selfish. That's why Harambee Stars never wins. Because our Harambee Stars players are selfish. They want to attack pass mpira vizuri kwa mwenzake. That's why our athletes do better. Because our athletes run on his own. Kipchoge runs individually. He will win. But labor needs teamwork, which we will not see in Harambee Stars. That's why we are beaten with Comoros. The truth about labor and Kenya is that we have reached a place as people, we are too selfish, too stomach-minded. And that's why labor movement in Kenya is dying.